Today, we're going to be rebuilding the Cincinnati Bengals after they just traded for Dexter Lawrence by trading away their top 10 pick. We'll also be taking note of some of the other things the Bengals did, of course, in their free agency. While it wasn't a lot, there are some things on defense to take note of. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 83% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall into 83% want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So I kid you not, I just got done recording a Madden rebuild, a different one, obviously, and this trade just popped up as I was done finishing it, which is crazy. I'll probably still upload that one as long as the shelf life remains the same, which it should. Don't think it'll change that video that much. And then Dexter Lawrence is now traded to the Cincinnati Bengals, which we thought could be the case. I just didn't know if it was going to happen before the draft, on the draft, or whatever, but it's happened. And the Bengals traded the 10th overall pick to the Giants. And my initial thoughts are, man, I'm not really sure I love this trade for the Bengals. Don't get me wrong. Dexter Lawrence is going to make them really good, or help them, I should say. But trading the 10th pick, I don't know. I guess in this draft, maybe they think they're not getting anything better, I guess. And they don't even, the Giants don't even accept the trade, which is funny. But this is a slam dunk home run if you're the Giants. You trade away Dexter Lawrence and you get the 10th pick. Your defense hasn't been good with Dexter Lawrence anyway. You're going to be able to draft probably a receiver and one of the Ohio State guys. I mean, you could even take Jeremiah Love and feel good as well. Like, this is a slam dunk for the Giants. And of course, the Bengals, they benefit as well by getting one of the best D tackles in the league. But now I got to go move him to punter to make this trade happen. And we'll look at it all together. So now that the trade is completed, this is what things look like before we head into the draft. So of course, we all know what they have on offense. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. That's awesome. Gesicki's not a bad tight end either. Chase Brown has been a nice developmental running back for them as well. O-line is a little suspect, but we'll try to improve that. They did extend Orlando Brown on a 2-year deal. But defensively, of course, is where they made a lot of the new changes. So they brought in Brian Cook from the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought in Kyle Duggar. They brought in Boy Mafe. Jonathan Allen got released, and they brought him in. Of course, Shamar Stewart, first-round pick from last year. And then, of course, which we just noted, Dexter Lawrence. They traded their 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence. So very crazy. Their D-line is definitely improved. I'll say that. Secondary, they get 2 new safeties, and we definitely need to add another corner because they've lost Cantillo Britt and I think a bunch of other guys as well. So let's get to the draft. We do not have the 10th pick anymore, but we do have a second-round pick, I believe. We have Demetrius Knight, a linebacker at least, and I think this is Barrett Carter. Sorry, I think there's a Boo Carter that exists as well, but all right, well, the Bengals are usually a good simulation team, so I think we should be fine, but let's see how good they are with Dexter Lawrence on their team as well. But of course, before we find that out, we gotta draft. So I think with our first pick in this draft, obviously being in the second round, I'm going to be taking Chase Basantis out of Texas A&M to improve this offensive line. I wanted to take a corner, but I think we're going to wait till round 3 to do that because all the corners that are left are all going to be normal devs. So let's just try to secure a hidden dev player, at least in this draft somewhere. We'll start with the offensive line, which has always needed improvement anyway. So I think this is a decent start after trading the 10th pick away. 77 in true value, got him at 42, so not bad. Let's go get to see what we can do in the third round as well. So as I was saying, we definitely need a corner. Unfortunately, a lot of the corners that are left, none of them are hidden devs, so we're not getting some like spectacular corner here by any means. But I am going to take Chris Johnson here, so hopefully he's just going to be a decent pick for us. 84 in true value, got him at 74, so not bad. Like I said, a normal dev, but we definitely needed to add something there because there was pretty much nothing left. So that's our third round pick in the books. And then in round 4, I'm going to be taking Torian York here out of Texas A&M. This is even another guy that does not have hidden dev or anything, but should be potentially a starter for us immediately anyway. So welcome to the team. 82 in true value, got him at 106. Going to have 84 speed, but that is going to be how this draft ends for us. So with what we were dealt, I think that was okay. Nothing spectacular by any means, but this team should already be set up to be good. Bengals playbook, of course, as we all know, at least on offense, is spectacular. So let's go take a look at the draft recap, and we'll see what it looks like all together after that. So all things considered, this wasn't terrible. So we walk away with a 75 left guard, a 74 corner, a 74 will linebacker. Probably going to be moving him to Sam potentially. We'll see. Or Mike. We'll have to see on that. Bentley in round 6, and then CJ Daniels in round 5, which he has been auto-drafted to me in a lot of videos as of late. But I'm not mad at it. I think getting another wide receiver is not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, that is how the draft went, at least for the first draft that we had in this video. So going into year number 1, we're an 82 overall with an 84 offense and an 81 defense. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup in full after the offseason and the draft. So we have Joe Burrow, of course, under center. No surprise there. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Yashovas, and then CJ Daniels as our fourth receiver. Gasecki, Marius Mims, Fairchild, Ted Karras, Chase Basantis, and Orlando Brown. Defensively, like I said, this is where a lot of the new changes came from. I think York, or no, I guess this is what it looks like. Just kidding. So York is at will there. Carter's still in the inside, and Demetrius Knight moved over to Sam. Jordan Battle, Kyle Duggar, Brian Cook, Turner, Shamar Stewart, Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen, Boy Mafe, Chris Johnson, and then we have like Newton and Ivy as well. So I'm assuming we'll still struggle on defense, but you'd assume that the Bengals offense will be just good enough that we can still make the playoffs in year one. But time will tell. We'll find out. So I will see you guys at the end of season number 1 with Dexter Lawrence on the Bengals. Does our defense improve by a lot? We know our offense will be good with this playbook. What about the defense with some of the changes they have made? So at the end of year 1, as expected, we did make the playoffs at 11-6 as we get to play the LA Chargers in round 1. So let's go ahead and see what the stats looked like. So 3rd seed in the AFC, but of course we won the division and get to host a playoff game. You got Yashovas and Jamar Chase both in top 3 of receiving yards, so that is fantastic. 18 touchdowns, so he'll probably be unlocking star dev if I had to guess. 42 touchdowns from Joe Burrow, but let's go ahead and take a look at the stats overall. So second on offense, I should say, and then defensively, we were 32nd, so still really bad on that side. But you had 42-5 from Joe Burrow, 16 touchdowns, 537 yards from Chase Brown, so a ton of rushing touchdowns despite not as many rushing yards. We saw what Yashovas did, 18 touchdowns. That is the product of the slot. T. Higgins, I mean, he was not even in the chart, and he had a damn good season as well. 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Jamar Chase, 1,300 yards, had the least amount of touchdowns. Gasecki, 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown had 3. So Chase Brown had, what, 19 touchdowns all season? What a damn season out of him. And I think I can't remember if he's normal or star dev, but Dexter Lawrence did have an impact. He had 10 sacks. That's good at least. 9 from Boy Mafe, their free agency addition edge rusher, so that's good to see as well. Demetrius Knight, Jonathan Allen, 5 sacks, then 4 from Barrett Carter, along with 3 picks. So not a bad season, despite our defense being ranked so poorly. So more than likely, we'll be changing the defensive playbook. But we can play the Chargers in wildcard weekend, so let's go ahead and get into this first playoff game of the video. Sure, it won't be the last one, so let's go see if we could beat the Chargers. And wow, we got the most rainiest day you could possibly get in the Madden universe, I guess. But let's see how this is going to go and how this is going to impact this game. So far, neither team has scored, but you would expect a low-scoring game in this kind of affair as it's 7-0, and our offense has shown us nothing. We get a field goal up, okay. 9-3 now, and that may have put us away unless we score. Wow, what a poor performance to start things off. So that's going to be a 17-9 win for the Chargers. You have to wonder if the weather was different, if that would have made a difference. I have no idea, but not the way we want to start this one, which kind of sucks. But I still think we need to address more things. So it's almost okay. But you had a touchdown and a pick from Joe Burrow. Again, the weather was really bad. So I don't know if I want to make all the excuses in the world, but it wasn't the most ideal circumstances by any means. The one touchdown we did have was to Gasecki, and then sacks we had 1 from Jonathan Allen, 1 from them, half a sack from Dexter Lawrence, and half from Boy Mafe. But okay, well, let's get in the offseason because clearly we have some more work to do. So Bo Nix and the Broncos actually went on to win the Super Bowl, and Yashovas got Offensive Player of the Year. That's actually kind of insane to think about, but that's going to help us in the long run, I'll say. Joe Burrow also won MVP, by the way. I almost missed that part, but wow, pretty absurd. So Yashovas, shout out to him. Offensive Player of the Year. Was not anticipating seeing something like that, but he should be an X Factor or Superstar Dev at this point, if I had to guess. So Chase Brown, DJ Turner highlights the top of our free agency list. And as I was about to say, we have a ton of cap space to work with. But there could be a lot of re-signs coming, which would make sense. But Chase Brown had, what, 19 touchdowns? Oh, he says no. Wow. I'm going to franchise tag him. He was pretty good. I don't know. We have a lot of money, so I think we'll be okay. Amarius Mims, I'll accept his 5th-year option. Jordan Battle is up to Superstar Dev, and he's only 26 years old. I think that's a keep, automatic keep, so we'll go ahead and do that. Keep him around. Duggar is older. Obviously, as I mentioned, Yashovas just had one hell of a year. And he's up to Superstar Dev now. He's not going to be he's not going to cost a ton, and he is sticking around. So, yeah, that's awesome. So, all 3 of our receivers are going to be Superstar Dev. Orlando Brown did sign like a 2-year extension, so I'm going to try to give him the last year of that extension here. We'll see if he says yes. He says no, so I guess we're not going to get him back. Okay, in theory, I mean, maybe they just release him then, I guess. I don't know. But okay, other than that, that's probably going to be it for me. So let's get to free agency with our $66 million. We can still have quite a bit to work with here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and change this playbook to something else. And I'm going to go with, well, I have ran Buffaloes in the past. I might just go back to that, which, yeah, I probably will. Just run Buffalo's defensive playbook and hope for better results. Or I think I may have passed it, but yeah, we're gonna run that, and that's gonna be what we do. So as far as free agency is concerned, we need to focus on getting a center and a left tackle on offense. I think everything else on offense, of course, is good, unless we wanted to upgrade the tight end position with Gesicki, if there's an option to do that. But I like my linebackers, despite, you know, they're all pretty young, so I think I'm okay with that. D-line's looking pretty good. Maybe we can upgrade the edge rusher if possible. Could use another corner, but I'm pretty happy that Chris Johnson's an 81 overall already. That's nice. Brian Cook and Battle are fine. But yeah, let's go see what we can do in free agency with the money that we do have, and we'll see if there's anything good to upgrade with. So I have made 2 offers in this free agency period on 2 guys that would definitely start for us right away. Former Raven Marlon Humphrey and Elton Jenkins, who would be our starting center. I'm going to go even harder on Marlon Humphrey because he's a superstar depth corner that would be really nice to add right now. So we'll see if he chooses us. Obviously, the Chiefs and the Chargers are in on him as well, but he does choose us. So we get Marlon Humphrey and Elton Jenkins. That solves 2 things that we needed to address in that free agency period, which is nice. So we have our center upgrade. We'll probably be drafting a left tackle somewhere in the draft. And then defensively, we added our other corner that we potentially needed as well. Edge rusher and left tackle are going to be very high priority picks for us probably. So you'll more than likely see me take one of those guys in round 1. So without further ado, without further delay, let's go ahead and jump to that draft and let's try to upgrade both spots in this upcoming draft. So I think I'm going to be able to get an edge rusher in round 2. So I'm going Lance Hurd here in round 1 to be that new left tackle that we need with Orlando Brown gone. Hopefully this is a decent pick. 59 true value, drafted 22. So by no means this is a slam dunk or anything, but he's going to be a hidden dev left tackle that we needed. So I guess a solid start, but nothing to be overly happy about. So I did have a good feeling that one of these edge rushers would still be available, and they all are here. So we have Bryce Young, Kelby Collins, James Smith. You really can't go wrong with any of them. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take Bryce Young, though. So we're going to be adding an edge rush in round 2, which was my plan. We get him at 54. He was 32 in true value. B grade on it. Nice pick here, which is what we wanted. So we've addressed both positions of need that really needed addressed. And then to me, I think this is another position that we need to have a long-term plan at. Gesicki is fine right now, but we're going to be taking Luke Haas, or Haas, however you say it, out of Ole Miss. Going to be our new up-and-coming tight end. Going to be playing this year a little bit as well. He was 31 in true value, got him at 86. So I think we've done a decent job. Obviously, first round was a little bit of a reach, but very happy with the last 2 picks we've made. So I think in round 4, we're going to be adding another weapon with Chase Brown. We'll be taking Kawan Lacey out of Ole Miss. I really don't know what to expect from this guy. This is just a round 4 pick. 113 true value, got him 118. He is hidden dev as well. So not a bad way to end this one off. And we can go see what the rest of the draft looks like after that pick. So 75 overall, 76 and 76. To me, that is fantastic. 73 running back in the 4th round. And then we had a couple guys at like right guard and strong safety that are 72 and 71 respectfully as well. So to me, a pretty good draft, all things considered. So we are an 86 overall with an 89 offense and an 84 defense going into the season. Of course, the one pivot we did make already is we have changed our defensive playbook. We know we're not going away from the offensive playbook. That's not a concern for us. But yeah, and 78 tight end, 77 left tackle, and then Lacey's going to be involved as well. So I think we did a pretty good job last offseason, all things considered. Defensively, we do lose our linebacker who's hurt at the moment. He's out for 1 week, though, so we should be fine to be able to survive without him. Bryce Young, I might go ahead and throw in there right away. I know Boy Mafe got a big deal, but I might just get the guy with the longer upside in there instead. We'll see what that does for us, but we'll be missing our Mike linebacker for a week or so, which kind of sucks, but let's go ahead and sim to the end of year number 2 with a new defensive playbook. I'm hoping to see better results on the defensive side. We know what we'll get on offense, so we should be a playoff team in year 2, you would think. We shall see. So at the end of year 2, we make the playoffs once again at 10 and 7. We get to play the Dolphins in wildcard weekend. So we'll go see what that looks like. We win the division again. The Bills win the whole AFC at 14 and 3. If we look, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Oh my gosh, dude. We're about to, dive deeper into what Jamar Chase just did. But yeah, offensively second in the NFL. And my biggest hope is to see that our defense just improved by a little bit. Okay, a little bit. I wanted more than that, but we went from 32nd to 26. So I guess in theory we did improve on defense, but Again, not quite where I want it, but 46 and 5 from Joe Burrow. Just continues to absolutely excel, obviously. 5 touchdowns and 651 yards from Chase Brown, so not quite the amount of touchdowns he had last year. But yeah, Jamar Chase, 27 touchdowns, 2,160 yards. That's just absurd. 1,000 from T. Higgins, 900 from Yashova, 600 from our tight end, 300 from Chase Brown, and 100 from Gesicki. Defensively, Dexter Lawrence had 9 sacks still, so making an impact with that 10th pick we traded. Boy Mafe had 9 sacks. 7 from the rookie, 7 from Jonathan Allen, 6 from Shamar Stewart, 3.5 from Barrett Carter, 1.5, 1, and then you had a few guys with 1 and then half. Okay, interceptions. Let's see what this looks like. 5 from Chris Johnson. So he's been a really good player for us, and would love to see him jump up to star dev here eventually. He may in the offseason. We'll have to see. But hey, we get to play the Dolphins in wildcard weekend. We lost in wildcard weekend last year. Hopefully this time the weather isn't crazy and we can go win this one, but we shall see. So here comes the Dolphins, and this time the weather is clear, so I can't even make excuses this time around. They're up 3-0 to start things off, and 6-0 start for them. Can our offense wake up here soon? There we go. 7-6, get a touchdown. Love that. We get the ball at a half and go up 14-6. There we go. This is the Bengals team I'm expecting to, show up every Sunday or whatever. I guess not every playoff game's on a Sunday, but it's 21-16 and we're going to win this game. So the defense is not what we can rely on this entire playoff run. We have to be good on offense. So we beat the Dolphins, so of course don't even have the roster that they have that Madden showing us. They're going to have Tua here, which of course he's not there anymore. But Joe Burrow with 2 touchdowns, 282 yards, 0 interceptions for either quarterback. He also was 28 for 27. Not bad. Chase Brown had 24 rushing yards and a touchdown. HN had 52 rushing yards, 104 yards from T. Higgins in that one, and Jamar Chase also had 100 yards and a touchdown. Yashova's also had a touchdown, and Jalen Connors had their touchdown. So, all right, well, we moved on from wildcard weekend, opposed to last year. We'll go see if we get to play in a divisional round. So just like that, we are going to get the best team in the AFC this time. It's going to be the Bills. We have to go on the road and try to get a big win, man. This is going to be a tough environment to go win in, but we'll see if we have what it takes to do so. We know our offense should be good enough. Can our defense just get us enough stops? They're up 7-0 already. Need our offense to be able to light it up as well. They're up 14-3. Field goals are probably not going to get it done in this one, but we get a touchdown there. Defense can't stop a fly so far. It's 13-17. We do get a stop there, though, and we will do nothing. It's 5 minutes and 39 seconds left in this one. I'm going to see if I can't go get us a touchdown here, because I would love nothing more than to beat the Bills here. I think we could possibly do it. Chase Brown is going to get stopped on 1 yard there, so... All right, even if I score, though, in theory, they more than likely will just respond right away. So this could be a big waste of time right now, but... Let's see if we can do some. I'm just going to dump it off to Chase Brown, just get some yards here. And we're going to get 3 yards, so nothing crazy. All right, now we need to get a first down. So let's see if we can do that. I bet they won't be expecting the slip screen. Chase Brown's going to get us a touchdown. Or not a touchdown, sorry. First down here. So first down, there we go. Oh, never mind. 4th and inches. Wow, okay. We do not get the first down, but I'm going to trust Chase Brown to go get us the first down. Now, I could gamble and say that Jamar Chase might be left one-on-one, but I probably should just go get the yard. So we're going to get the yard and more. Not going to get all the way to the house or anything, but hey, we got more than we bargained for, so I'll take that. Do they want to come out in the same, defense? And I'm about to say, I'll take it over the top of Jamar Chase if that's what you guys want to do, but all right, we'll just run it again. That was quite a big pickup. This time we got the backup in, and he is going to get another 10-yard gain. So we are running all over the Bills now, which is nice. The running backs are being utilized like crazy at the moment. We're going to go right back to them as well on another slip screen. Although I am tempted to, again, throw it over the top because of how good our receivers are. But we will just continue to take the big chunks we're getting with our running backs. With 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. Now we'll come out here and actually throw the ball a little bit. So Jamar Chase, Yashovas, T. Higgins. I mean, the options on the field are endless. Probably going to take a first down, though, with our tight end, and I'm very lucky he hung on to that. So kind of a risky throw on top of that. Probably need to dial that back a bit. Let's get out of some of these same plays, and let's do something a little different. So not seeing anything here that I love, but Chase Brown, I think, is not going to catch it. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Okay, not what we wanted there. Maybe if I waited a little bit longer, he could have cleared that linebacker and gained quite a bit. We're going to throw Chase down the field. And I'm going to just scramble this upfield with Joe Burrow. And that actually worked out really well. So we're going to get another first down run. We're bleeding a lot of clock, which is good. But we are still going to leave Josh Allen with plenty of time. Like, Josh Allen doesn't need, 5 minutes to go win a game. I think what we're going to leave him is probably going to be just fine. We are going to get inside the 2-yard line now. So we are definitely on the bridge of scoring. So we probably will put this in the end zone here soon. And then we have to hope and pray that our defense is somehow going to stop the Bills, which is going to be very, very tough to ask them to do. But now I could gamble and just bleed all the clock away, but you got to score when you can score. Unless they stop me here, Chase Brown's going to get in. Okay. Does my defense have it in them to stop the Bills? Wow, they got to stop. Wow. Okay, they stepped up big time. Now I have to pay the favor and put this away. So we are going to have a minute 26. They have all 3 timeouts, which is why I'm even out here. I want to put this game away, and we are going to get a decent run to the outside. That's going to get us about 6 yards. Good run to start things off. Just need 1 first down, and this game is over. That's all we need. And we're going to take out the Bills, who I believe were the number 1 seed. So let's continue to run the ball with Chase Brown. Blocks are there, and I think we can house this as well. That should end it. 27-17. We'll take down the Buffalo Bills. That was definitely one we had to work hard for, and they do score, but there's 9 seconds left, and that's all she wrote. So 27-24 victory over the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round, which I believe, like I said, they were the 1st seed. So yeah, we should be the best team remaining, if I had to guess. So Josh Allen 3 touchdowns. Joe Burrow only had 1, but he did have 75% completion percentage. No picks thrown by either quarterback. Chase Brown, of course, we ran the ball like crazy with him. 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir had himself a game. Luke had a decent game. T. Higgins had a touchdown, and James Cook had a touchdown as well. Defensively, no sacks at all from either quarterback, so that's nice for both quarterbacks, I guess. All right, let's get to the AFC Championship game. And now in the AFC Championship game, we're going to get the Battle of the Cats. We got Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence going at it. Of course, they've had matchups in the past on big stages, national championship being one of them. So here goes nothing in the best stage that the AFC offers. So we have a 7-0 lead going to us, but the Jags are going to respond with a field goal. It's 7-3. Can we come out here and put our lead even further? No, it's a 1-point game. Let's see. We get a stop on a 4th down, and we are going to get a field goal up to make it a 10-6 game, but they're going to go up 10-13 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. 420. I don't know why I said that, but okay, let's go ahead and lock in and try to take this lead back. So it's 13-10. We were able to do it against the Bills. Chase Brown, oh my gosh, we're gone. No, we're not. That safety's going to catch me, I think. Nope, we're gone. Wow, what a run from Chase Brown. That was needed, and that was kind of a gamble celebrating there at the end, but that should put us up 4. What a run from Chase Brown. He has been an awesome... Okay, all for nothing. They scored right away. Wow. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. It is our defense that we're talking about here, so... Wow, not great, but that's all good. It is what it is. Not surprising by any means. I'm just going to throw this away. Didn't really have time. I got flushed out of the pocket. We're down 3. We're in the same position we were just in after scoring that long touchdown. We have 89 yards on the day. Are you telling me that... Wait. I don't know. How do we only have 9 yards on the day? I don't know what that meant, but okay. Let's see if we get anything open out here. So I'm just going to take it to Jamar Chase and get him a first down. Needed that. Joe Burrow has a pick in the game as well, which is not ideal, but as long as we can come out here and take the lead back once again, that's what matters. I'm going to get... I didn't even get it off in time, and I'm going to get picked off, so that's fantastic. We're going to have to hold them to a field goal. We'll be lucky if we're able to do that. I got hit as I threw that, and they are going to go up, and hey, exactly what we needed. What happened? So we still are alive here. If they would have scored a touchdown, it'd been a different story, but thankfully they only settled for a field goal here, and now we're still only down 6. So we can still very much take the lead in this one. And Jamar Chase is left wide open, and of course he's going to get us down to the 50-yard line already. So a brutal pick we just threw, but we are still very much alive, which is all you can ask for, like I said. So, all right, let's continue to try to drive this ball downfield and get us back the lead. So we're going to go to Chase Brown this time with no timeouts remaining either. Chase Brown is going to get us a decent chunk, maybe a first down. Nice spin move, first down, gained. Let's keep this foot on the pedal. Their defense seems like they could be a little bit tired potentially. Jamar Chase, zig route. We have, I think that, no, that's okay. Jamar Chase is open. Just take, oh my gosh, maybe. No, we're not gonna get to the end zone, but we'll go ahead and get out of bounds. Although maybe I should stay in bounds because we need to drain as much clock as possible. A minute left in this one. I am considering running the football here because, like I said, we need to make sure that this defense that, okay, so I'm going to run the ball and I'm going to slide here. That should drain a lot of clock. So I think we should be good. I'm not even going to, well, we can't even call a timeout. So I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to call one. So that should bleed some clock here. And now he's going to get this in the end zone and we could take the lead late, but of course all they need is a field goal with all 3 timeouts, so anything is still very much possible. That is a risky throw, but you know what, it's completed and that's just going to drain more clock, so that's okay. Probably shouldn't have thrown that ever, but all good. No harm, no foul. Just got to get this inside the end zone. So let's try this again, shall we? I think our tight end's going to be, that's just wide open. So 21 seconds, they have a chance to go get a field goal, as long as we make the extra point, obviously, which I assume we will, but need our defense to hold them off. And they do. So just like that, we have beat them in the AFC Championship game. We're headed to the Super Bowl in year number 2. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to go down, and Joe Burrow is going to get a win over Lawrence again. But you had 2 touchdowns from Joe Burrow. Of course, one of them I just threw. And then Trevor Lawrence had 2 touchdowns as well. I threw a pick earlier as well, which we will not talk about because we won the game. Chase Brown had 1 touchdown, 117 yards off that big run. Jamar Chase, 100 yards on the day. Myers had 2 touchdowns, 116 as well. Sacks-wise, you had 1 for Boy Mafe, 1 from Dexter Lawrence. So great stuff. And of course, these are the 2 guys that, you know, picked off Joe Burrow. Although Devin Lloyd should not be on the Jags anymore, but that's besides the point. Let's get to the Super Bowl. So in the Super Bowl, we are going to draw the Green Bay Packers. So this should be a tough matchup. Jordan Love and the Packers, Joe Burrow and the Bengals. They are going to get intercepted, though, on their first drive, and we're going to go up 7-0. So that is a great way to start, but they do respond and tie it. But we go up 14-7. It looks like we've had no trouble driving on them thus far, but we got a whole nother half to play. Defense is stopping them so far. It's 21-7. This might be our smoothest victory yet, unless we allow them to come. It's 15. I said it was going to be a smooth victory, but okay, we got an interception here from Marlon Humphrey, and that should be all she wrote. So yes, it was our smoothest victory. So we are going to take out Jordan Love and the Packers, and just like that with Dexter Lawrence on the Bengals, we were able to win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.